Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Eat, Taste, Live Live. It is either morning for us here on the West Coast or afternoon for you on the East Coast. Thank you for joining us. I am Chef Andrew Doyle. This is episode 10. We're doing kind of a ballpark stadium thing. Treats that you would get while you're at the ballpark stadium. Pizzas, a nice roast beef sandwich, and some corn dogs. So it's going to be yummy and delicious and fun. And yeah, so hope you're going to join us. Follow me over to the kitchen. We're going to get cooking. We'll welcome our guests. So good afternoon to everyone out there. We are welcoming in Joel Bryant and Hayden Black. Welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. This water's delicious.
Hope you guys are hungry.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say, you didn't know before if it's morning here or afternoon anywhere else, but it's certainly drink o'clock wherever.
It's always drink o'clock.
Drink your water.
Yeah, if I'm a little choppy today, I'm working on getting like caffeine and soda and stuff out of the system.
Are you having a cleanse as we speak?
Not really. I wouldn't say
wondered
a
what
cleanse.
that person was doing standing behind
The cleansing. It's a live cleanse.
You got to keep the smile. So
you are fully committing to this cleanse.
Absolutely, a potato brush and a couple of handy wipes, and you're good to go.
Wow, that's really most nights.
That keeps
We've already gone off the rails. Welcome to Hayden Black.
I merely said there was a little person standing behind him.
It happens that fast here sometimes. So we're going to start you guys off with the pizza.
Before we go anywhere, I'm allergic to pizza.
Oh boy. Joel, you're going to have plenty to eat.
No, I'm not allergic to it. Do I look like I'm allergic to pizza? No, I'm not allergic to pizza.
No.
Well, sadly not allergic to anything. Except healthy food. Ooh,
Yes.
that brings me out in
well,
hives.
we did the vegetarian episode, which was...
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, that was good. Joel
It was
had fun on that
fantastic.
one.
Yeah, it was actually very edible for vegetarian food.
That's
gluten-free and
I actually
vegan.
watched that one, and yeah, you were saying how tasty it was.
Yeah, it was actually really tasty.
So I can't cook, so I would just look at a bunch of
Well,
crappy
maybe
vegetables.
you'll get some, some pointers, some tips. So one of the big things that people with celiac disease deal with is, not being able to eat things that contain wheat and different other different flours that contain gluten, which is a protein found in the cereal grains, which when broken down into the body, for them, it's got like morphine-like effects. The body sees it as an opiate, so it has like psychological effects, it has digestive effects, it's...
Gluten has opiate
effects? Once it breaks down...
Without, I would like to come back on the episode where it's nothing but gluten.
Right,
That's just a bowl of gluten.
I was going to say, I was
lines
going to
of
this whole
wheat flour.
thing there for a second.
The chemical effects of it mimic opiates in the body, so that's part of the addictive qualities of it and things like that.
Interesting.
So for a while there was quality issues, like, great, we can make this, but it tastes like cardboard. Namaste Foods, who's one of our sponsors, makes a really great pizza crust mix, and this is what we're going to use for our dough. They are 100%, the company is owned by women. Their facility.
So no jokes there, Joel.
Sorry, that was...
Let me grab my cheat sheet here. Their facility is 100% dedicated from all allergens, so they don't have any corn, soy, dairy, casein, tree nuts, peanuts, or anything like that.
But they're women, so there could be cats there, and I'm allergic to cats. I'm just saying. Namaste.
Excellent. Namaste.
Namaste.
Yes. Their products are also contain no GMOs. They're kosher-free, gluten-free, and you get 2 out of every package, so you can make actually 2 pizzas with this. But
2 doughs.
That's
2 doughs. So we're going to get this going over here.
do-si dough, if you will.
Oh, there you go.
It just comes in a nice little package. So we're going to throw that flour in there, and then it gets about a tablespoon of oil.
Wasn't a joke.
And that, make sure
An observation.
when you start your mixer, always on 1, because it's not on 1 and you start in the...
I do it all the time. I love it, but you shouldn't.
But yes, you should not do it.
Mixer brought by Cuisinart. Cuisinart!
We love to find people over at Cuisinart.
I had no idea that it was...
Now we're just going to mix this.
Like Cuisinart? I don't know if they're really sponsored, but
I'm just sad that he didn't start it on 5.
I kind of want I want to see what's wrong with it first, so I learn a lesson.
Yeah, exactly. How are we going to learn
If we don't
otherwise?
see, if you don't see
Chef
how to do
Andrew,
it
could you
wrong.
just stop it and just jam it right back up to 6.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Yes, exactly. Now you've stopped it. Now just jam it back up as fast as you can. And let's see that
Sure.
splashback you talked about.
Well, I got the water in there now, so we're good.
He's worried.
Yeah.
When it's dry, it'll just fly all over the place.
What we'll do afterwards is after the show, we'll sit back and we'll do all the things wrong.
So,
I'm there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so now the other thing about this is you're not gonna get like traditional pizza dough where you can like stretch it and throw it in the air and get it stuck on the studio lights and things like that.
Which happens in your average pizza restaurant.
Yes.
The
Why
studio
they have
lights
studio lights? It's beyond me.
all over the place in those
Everybody
places.
wants to be on television.
So we're just gonna kind of olive oil on the pan here.
Now you just mix that dough with water?
Water and a little bit of olive oil.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, you could do that.
I could.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
But because
Doesn't sound
it's not
difficult.
the stretchiness because it doesn't have that gluten protein in it.
So you have to mold it into a pizza dough.
Yeah, you just got to kind of press it in there.
Gotcha.
Actually, we're gonna set
I mean,
that
just so
there.
you know what I could also do, which is sadly a little easier, is pick up the phone and order.
So for you at home, here's the pizza dough. We're just gonna kind of get this right out onto the pan.
Wow.
Could you logically mold it into anything? Like, could you just cook that right there and have...
Well, you'll have a burnt outside and a raw inside if you attempt to do that.
A burnt
So-
outside and a raw inside. It sounds like me at the beach. A day in Santa Monica.
So now I'm just gonna kind of press this
Curious
out.
how you get the raw inside on there.
But he
Yeah,
could
go
he
back
could
to
possibly turn it into a different shape than your standard pizza shape.
You gotta spell your name.
You
or
could.
something.
You could do.
Could
you want to
be.
do
I don't think I've ever seen any triangular pizzas. Before.
Right. Yeah.
Just
squares.
throwing that out there. I've seen square pizza.
Yeah.
I've seen circular pizza.
heart shape at Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
A lot of places
I've
do
never
that.
seen a triangle pizza.
Is that romantic, ladies? If you get a heart shaped pizza, is that the deal breaker or is that the sealer on that one? Honey, I love you. Here's your heart shaped pizza.
It's the same thing as asking for an Xbox to get an Xbox for your wife for Christmas. Like, look, honey, I got you an Xbox.
So it's
She's not
more.
gonna care. Oh, you got me heart-shaped crotchless panties. Thank you. How
It's
romantic.
Right, exactly.
I wasn't expecting that.
It
Bill.
really is just for you. Just stick with flowers.
Sorry, I'm putting a little olive oil on my hands here because.
That being said, if a lady got you a heart-shaped pizza, then that's love.
Well, yeah, that's when you buy the ring, right there. You're doing awesome at that point.
Unless you're lactose intolerant, and then it's passive-aggressive behavior, isn't
Right,
it?
then there's a whole different level of that
Yeah,
relationship.
she's really reminding you about something you forgot about.
That's right.
Probably 3 or 4 years
Then
ago.
she's mad that you didn't get her anything.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we got this pressed into the pan, what I've noticed works best with this, and they've got a couple of different cooking instructions on their package. If you want it super crispy, you bake it for a little while, take it out, flip it over, and then you top it.
So you're gonna cook the dough first and then put the toppings
We're gonna
on?
we're gonna
Is
put
that
this
how
in.
We're gonna top the pizza.
We're gonna put this
Interesting show we're on.
for like 10 minutes.
Very, very interesting. Very cool. We're gonna top it for 10 minutes.
We're gonna put this. We're
I
gonna
don't
do
know
a
if I can last that
pre-bake on
long.
this.
Frankly.
It happens.
Well,
All right, so we're gonna do a little pre-bake on this dough here.
very nice. That looks good.
It does.
I'd eat that right
That's
now.
all you're getting.
Is that
That's it.
That's it. Show's over.
just the raw dough?
Wow, they really have moved light years with this gluten-free stuff, haven't they?
45 minutes to play games.
We're down to capsules at this point. Finding the gluten-free stuff, years ago just used to be tricky, but they really have just gotten so much better.
That's a good thing about living in LA. You have like a gluten-free aisle wherever you go.
Gluten-free. Here in Burbank, there's a gluten-free grocery store.
Is it really?
There
All
is.
gluten-free?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's terribly expensive.
Well, they can do that.
it is.
Because
You'll see like a loaf of bread is $6 as opposed to 99 cents or $3 that
Right.
you would normally get, depending on where you're
how do
getting
they
your
get away
bread
with
from.
that? How do they say, let's take something out of it and charge you more?
Well, a
don't
lot
get
of the grains and
Good
stuff are a little bit
economy.
more expensive. A lot of the
So it's a substitute.
alternative grains are just more expensive, especially with the way wheat's processed now.
Yeah.
We've said a few times like it's not your grandma's wheat anymore, and it's true. It's just so over.
To put more labor into making it gluten-free.
Yeah. so overprocessed
So
at
it's
this
gluten
point.
free, but not everything else is free.
But not free at all.
The rest of it's really expensive.
The opposite of free, actually. Starbucks does that. You know they charge you more for an iced coffee than a regular coffee.
Well, you have
Yeah.
to, put the ice.
Put the ice cubes in, but you're getting less coffee.
That's true.
There you go.
Very true. We're on to them.
Well, on the other side, Starbucks really does need the money. So
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
They do donate.
you forget about that.
They do donate 1% of their stuff back to the coffee growers.
And I think maybe less than that to taxes.
Pretty much.
So another thing
Yeah.
at stadiums, corn dogs. You guys like corn dogs?
Who doesn't
Very
love corn
American.
dogs?
I don't. Very American. Actually, you know what?
You're
No,
going
here's
to.
where you can teach me. I don't actually know what a corn dog is.
Oh, well, excellent. You take your hot dog, you dip it in batter. A lot of times they're deep fried. We're going to bake them just so it's, a little healthier.
Right.
And then you eat it with like your favorite condiments.
Do we get to wear a hot dog on a stick outfits while we do it?
I should have gotten the hat.
Semi-sexy.
Yeah,
Do you know hot dog on a stick?
No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of another store in the mall where they've
Yeah.
got really stupid hats.
Yeah, pretty much every store in the malls.
I think it's a requirement. You don't get a space in the mall unless you have.
A
A
funky
really
hat.
daft hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these corn dogs, are
Yes.
you going to be inserting sticks into them? And which end do you put the stick in?
Oh, skew.
Wow. You're going to
Yeah,
skew
we're going
it.
medieval on. We're going Game of Thrones on these things.
Oh, the Game of Thrones reference.
See?
Hodor.
I'm going to steal the food cam and make this batter up real quick. So we've got 2 cups of our corn flour mix going in the bowl right there. We're going to put 2 eggs in here, like that. Use our little used cup here for our throwaways.
Now he's going to put it on 6 at the very start.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, yeah, because eggs flying everywhere is way more fun
Yeah.
Exactly.
than just flour. And we want to make sure we're seasoning this up too. So we're going to a little
Grab
olive
the
oil,
plastic bags. like
some
gallon.
kosher salt right there, and then Old Bay. You guys like Old Bay seasoning?
Old Bay?
Yeah, yeah.
Who doesn't like Old Bay?
See, it's like Old
New
Spice
Bay
a little
lovers.
Well, there are those.
So we're going to throw that
But
in
that's
there.
a small.
The
So we got some
That's sort of a
seasoning.
cult.
That's true.
The New Bay lovers. What the hell is Old Bay? Oh, we're on it.
Old Bay's it's a seasoning, right?
Yes.
There you
It-
go. That's all I got.
It's an
Nothing
all-purpose.
else to add.
I use a lot. It's really great on like shrimp and seafood and stuff
It's
like
when
that.
you
Crab
grind
cakes.
allspice, the cologne.
The club. That's right.
Left over, they
Yeah.
grind it up, right?
It's left around the cap. Lovely.
So with your cornbread mixes, you see
it's
it's
just
kind of
like
crumbly like that. We're going to add in just a little bit of.
Yeah.
I've got half and half here.
You like how I tried to add to it and said the exact same thing?
Yeah, just repeat
But I
this.
said it differently.
We're just going to add that in slowly.
What do you call it, a seasoning?
No, actually. No.
That's
It's a
all right,
seasoning.
you've lost me.
It's a seasoning. Slight difference. It's gluten free.
And then we're going to let that mix for a second.
Now, Chef Andrew, can I ask you a
Yes, sir.
question? When are you going to start adding the gluten in? Because I can't wait for that part.
The extra
gluten
gluten is awesome.
Yes, the gluten adding. I think it comes at the end.
That's gonna be the season ender. The all gluten episode.
It's going to add more gluten
The
in
extra
than
gluten.
it would have come with it.
The season finale.
All the gluten that was left over from the season. You're just gonna put in a big bowl.
Open a door and it's not going to. That's where we store the
Okay,
gluten.
so we want this to be
It's like the new blob. The gluten.
kind of a thick batter.
I wonder if Chef Andrew is regretting inviting me along yet.
And
Well, it depends
you
as
can
long as it's
test
his food, I think
that
it'll be
by,
Oh, I probably will.
yeah, that'll work. That will work great.
And that cornmeal's gluten free?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
So it's corn.
Mhm.
Okay.
there's
See how much I
There-
add?
there's
By the way.
there's a few people out there that do gluten-free cornbread mixes,
Yeah.
because a lot of times you get into the lower price stuff and they'll do their cornmeal and then they'll mix it with regular flour.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
those are mostly Scientologists.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
Oddly
All
enough,
right.
that's the first level. That's the first level.
So we want this to just have a little bit of a doneness to it, right there, and I'm going to leave that there because I will, forget about that and.
I'm not going to let you forget about it.
Luckily-
I want to eat.
Luckily, you have a booze board to set it on. Booze board.
Booze boards,
Brought to you by.
and it's BOOS, not
Right, not booze.
not the booze.
Right, or booze like thumbs down.
I almost grabbed a slotted spoon to do the pizzas. That
Oh,
would
that would have been comedy.
Blooper reel.
right?
So what kind of sauce you got going on there?
This is a pizza sauce that we made. We didn't make this particular one last week, but we did some pizzas last week, and this is the same pizza sauce. This is 28 ounces of canned tomatoes. You can use your favorite one. San Marzanos are really good.
It's my favorite.
You know, whichever ones that it's personal preference.
Right.
I like the red ones.
I just give. Have you had a yellow tomato sauce?
Not
See?
that I can recall. So
I actually have one at
That's-
home.
yellow tomato.
have
A
Yeah.
yellow tomato, yeah.
And I'm pronouncing it
I
correctly.
get the farmers. You are, yes, it's the Queen's English. I get the farmer's box now from the co-op, and they just send you whatever in season.
Yeah.
I got yellow tomatoes yesterday.
Yeah, it's nice.
So that you just
They're-
have to
they're
wait
a
for
little
them
bit
to
sweeter.
ripen. That's fantastic. They send it to you a little early.
And then they turn
then
red
they turn red.
in about a month, I think.
You just have to kind of wait.
Yeah.
We've got a. This is a cheese blend. There's 6 different cheeses in here: provolone, mozzarella, a smoked provolone as well, Parmesan, Reggiano, oregano, and a little
Is
bit
it
of
too
Asiago.
late for me to ask you to pull out the smoked provolone? Yeah, that's one.
That's the one.
We'll get
Perfect. Oh, he's so accommodating. What a lovely gentleman. Thank you, sir.
absolutely, sir.
I like that. Put a lot of cheese on there. Yeah, I like
Yes.
a lot of cheese and less sauce.
Especially if I'm not getting gluten. There's just power the cheese
Right,
on
right.
there.
Right, you gotta compensate.
Yes. You can overcompensate
Right.
with cheese. It's okay. You can. I don't think there's enough overcompensating a
Yeah.
person can do with cheese. Have you ever had a dish returned and somebody saying
There's
this
too much
is too much
cheese."
cheese in this?
No,
No.
I don't think that's ever a problem. Be interesting.
I've eaten too much cheese before.
I think I'd want to just
Well,
kind
you
of.
only know that afterwards.
That's true. Yeah.
When you're actually
The
eating
time
it,
of, you're
it's
right.
Plenty
Well,
of
if
cheese.
you go to have cheese and you go through the whole block of cheese with like cheese and crack, that's
It's a lot of cheese.
that's a red flag.
Yeah. That's a
It's
weekend
red
at
flag
home.
that your life is not really where it should be.
I don't know. I think if anyone ever returned a dish for too much cheese, I might have to go out to the dining room and just kind of look at them sternly for a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they ate a lot of cheese coming in.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Maybe they had like
Well,
some
that's not
cheese.
a
We're going out to dinner. I'd stop. I need to get
I
some
had
cheese
some
on
cheese
the way.
before I came here,
I know you had a block of cheese on the way in.
and a couple of hot dogs.
You're-
and a pizza and a
You're all
sandwich.
ready. You're all ready.
And
Just in
roast beef.
case, right?
Oh my goodness, I had such a huge mound of roast beef for breakfast this morning. So I can't wait to see what we have on tap here. I like to be surprised.
What you've got something going on right now?
I do. I'm a little tingly, and oh, you mean
Is it down the left side?
Sorry. All right, hands on the counter.
It's like my
Hands on the
heart is.
counter.
my heart's? Yes, I'm doing a play right now. If you live in the Los Angeles area, the Boomerang Effect. BoomerangEffectPlay.com. Get your tickets. You know what? Go to Gold Star. Get them half off.
Ooh.
Just do that. Yeah.
Wait, did you just discount your own show?
I get paid flat rate.
Oh, okay,
I'm not
all right,
making any
all right.
money on it as far as that goes. Or you can watch Welcome to Sanditon, the web series.
Excellent.
On the web.
And what's it about?
You guys good with these things here? We
What's
got
that?
Yeah, pepperoncinis.
yeah, little pepperoncinis.
Yeah, why not?
We did some Canadian bacon on there. as
Sure,
well
help
for
the
you at home.
Canadians
We got
out.
Yeah.
that.
They need the publicity.
They do. They're just kind of up there.
Yeah.
They're responsible for winter.
I'm married
I think we
Canadian.
said that
I'm married
last
Canadian.
week.
Yeah,
You know how
That's
lots
Canadian.
of shows are now shot in Canada,
yeah.
and especially like a lot of sci-fi stuff
Right.
that we like to watch. I think like the modern day version of the Star Trek red shirt is if you spot anybody in a cast you haven't seen before saying a boot, you know they're going to be dead by the end of it.
Because it is the local hire.
Yes,
The
local hire,
Canadian
and they're
hire.
going to be gone.
All right,
If you ever
guys.
watched Fringe, that would happen.
I
For
love
you
it.
at home,
I love
here's
it.
our meat lovers pizza. We put some pepperoni on there for a little contrast to flavor, some
That
color.
looks amazing.
So
That
this
does
is
look
all
good.
gonna
Do we even have to? Oh, we apparently have to wait longer.
I mean, technically, we could eat
just
it right
a little,
now.
yeah, raw pizza. Is that
I think it's an idea
all right?
whose time has come.
Why not?
Just
You
don't
know,
tell the health department.
everyone's doing everything a little bit different and
Well,
raw
it's
and
raw.
stuff
It's
like
natural,
that.
like our forefathers ate it
Right?
before they had ovens.
Yeah. Campfire
Forefathers?
pizza.
Yeah.
You could
I
do
didn't know
it.
You were Mormon.
I've done grilled pizza.
I did pumpkin.
Hello.
So we are going to move on to our corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Everyone's
Never
going to take
had-
a drink.
You said corn dog.
That's my magic word.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new drinking show on Eat, Taste, Live Live, and every time we say corn dog, take a
Oh, that's
Take a
nice.
drink.
There you go. There you go. You said corn dog.
I'm glad I asked him to put vodka in here and not water.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a different show.
It makes it much more.
Water brought to you by Absolute.
the
Absolute water.
All right.
I like it.
get our little
Absolutely
pan ready
delicious.
here with some olive oil. We use a lot of olive oil. It's good for you.
I want to see how you
Good
make
stuff.
corn dogs because I know how to make a hot dog. I know how to make corn.
Well, we're gonna
I
take
wanna see 'em.
these are Angus beef hot dogs.
Okay, just regular. Okay.
Yeah. You
Ooh,
can
that
use
looks
turkey
painful.
dogs. You can,
That really
Just do it
doesn't-
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
just- Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. I don't
you
want
can you can use turkey dogs, which I like.
Okay.
I like turkey
Okay.
dogs. So for you at home on the food cam here, we're just gonna take the skewer, and you can use wooden skewers.
Ow!
You can go
You put me down.
and when you feel it, and
My
then just
head.
pull it back a little bit right there. So,
enjoy the
Yeah.
screaming while
one more time for you. Those are really fresh. If they scream,
That means they're good.
yeah, that means really fresh.
This actually reminds me. I need a prostate exam. I hadn't thought about it.
By the time the
Now I'm
show's
thinking-
like right.
You know what? If you turn that camera off, maybe you could give me one. I'm just.
Yeah, can we go for a commercial break real quick? Because
Uh,
I'm actually
sure.
licensed online.
Here, you guys might want to use that.
Oh,
Wow.
that's fancy.
I think you think
I don't
that-
think I can afford that. No, sir.
That's you gotta have an HMO for that.
The 1% can enjoy that.
Well, yes, we've got our. I'm just gonna because if they're too moist, the batter won't stick. So
That's what she said.
I think it was a bad idea to have us two on
Wow.
when you're doing corn dogs.
all of a sudden, I'm finding myself like self-censoring.
I'm talking about a female chef I know who made corn
Yeah.
dogs one day.
No,
I don't
that's
know what
true.
you were thinking. I was talking about.
So for you at home,
Honestly.
we're just gonna take these and kind of twist these in
Okay,
here.
so you just whip it through there.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So I was thinking, every time I've guested on here, I've always been next to a very attractive lady.
Well,
Stephanie
why
Thorpe.
should today be any
Kristen
different?
Burt. Today isn't different at all.
Thank you.
Very attractive.
I did shave for you.
oh,
I appreciate that.
My armpits.
well, keeping it real and natural.
Because
and
if
all
it was
that.
if it was like if I was sitting next to like Terrence Southern, I would make no hot dog jokes whatsoever. But now with you here, I feel obliged to
Blind.
I
or is it
think
just you letting yourself be real as Chef Andrew?
To be me.
said?
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
you could
right.
probably get away with a hot dog joke or two with Stephanie. I think she'd
Sure.
she'd fall in line with that. So once you got them battered, we're just gonna throw these in the oven.
Those look better when they're done.
They do.
Well, they've been battered to death.
Yes.
They're a little tastier too. We're gonna
Can't make
check
a
on our
batter joke
pizza. Pizza is looking good.
Why not? Because the ladies of Namaste would get very upset.
And Hayden, what do you have going on?
Yes.
What do
ma'am.
I have going on? I have all sorts going on.
Oh my gosh. Here we
The
go.
show that I wrote and produced
You're busy.
and co-starred in, Goodnight Burbank, is now available worldwide for the first time.
Excellent.
So if you just go to, well, soon enough it'll be on goodnightburbank.com. I've actually been locked out of the site with the password. I've got someone trying to get me back into my own website.
Because you don't know your password?
It's somehow changed. I didn't change it. So we've got to go
It's
play
the
games.
NSA.
But anyway, point is, we've got this thing called a Spondo player. And so all the episodes are now available for everybody outside of North America to go watch.
Nice.
So you can rent them or you can download to own them. And there's blooper packages as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
It's a
those are
hilarious
always
show, too.
fun.
I recommend
I
everybody
love the
watch
behind
it.
the
Oh, thank
scenes.
you.
It's hilarious.
Bloopers.
How many seasons? 6?
Well, the half-hour version,
Uh-huh.
1 season, 6 episodes.
Oh, that's it.
And that's got Dominic Monaghan, Laura Silverman, John Barrowman, Jim Rash,
Right.
Harvey Sheena, and a whole host of other people whose names I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Fran Kranz, who's in Much Ado About Nothing. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he co-starred in Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, you got
Nice.
a great
Lots
cast.
of amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think your voice shows up at one
Yes,
point.
listen to my voice on episode
Episode 3.
3.
Yes, as Officer Starsky.
I sound kind of like Benny Hill.
Officer.
You did. You did. I think you were trying to tell me
A
something.
little like Benny Hill.
Excellent. So we're gonna check.
But
on
you
our-
can also, the other thing I do a lot of is tweeting. So you can follow me at Hayden Black and be offended all day long.
Which I enjoy your tweets as well.
Well, thank you.
I'm never offended, but I find them very funny.
I am going to make you
Yeah.
guys
We don't need that anymore. We're talking about tweets.
Let's just talk more about it. How much I like Hayden.
a little salad to go with the corn dogs. You know,
Okay.
you
Oh,
just
to
want to
make-
eat.
to
You
give
just
the
want to eat
semblance
a
of being healthy.
right. You don't want to just eat a corn dog off of. At least not in some areas.
Right. right.
So this is a broccoli slaw. So it's like shredded broccoli and carrots.
Oh, cool.
for you.
So it's the stems of the broccoli, obviously, not the
Right, not
I
the
got you.
florets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you cut a lot of what do you do with it? You
I
shred
throw it away usually. Okay, you can
See?
eat it. It's all
Yeah.
edible.
Oh, yeah,
all
absolutely.
right.
And then the week we did the roasted beets,
Yeah.
you can save your leaves from that and saute them with some bacon and garlic and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
good
I throw
stuff.
half my vegetables away.
So
Mostly
that,
'cause
and
they
then we
go
got
bad.
some
'Cause I don't eat them.
Yeah.
red bell pepper.
Oh,
lovely.
lovely. Yes.
Also going in there. And then I think back on episode 6, we did a pasta salad and we had a roasted tomato vinaigrette.
Uh-huh.
So made that again, and the recipe is for you guys up on the website. So we're just going to throw a little bit of that
So that
roasted tomato
Wow, that
vinaigrette
looks
in there.
so that dressing is about 4 weeks old.
No, this is a this is a fresh batch.
Oh, okay.
But it's
Gotcha.
a
No,
vinaigrette.
left
So
over.
I
trying
mean,
to kill me?
it can be.
Is that the idea of this show?
Every time. That's why we have to get a new guest.
It's just like
Eat,
just
taste,
like
die?
Eat,
Is that
taste-
what this show is?
wow. There's a new episode.
Eat,
Stay
taste,
tuned
die.
for that one.
You know what? The one thing the web doesn't have in abundance? Snuff webisodes.
You're not going to the right websites. Trust
You know
me.
what? You need-
You're fine.
Somebody owes me an email.
I just think I do.
Link me.
You ever go hiking and you come across a ledge and you're just kind of looking over, waiting to fall? We're right there.
Here's the other idea for a website I had the other day.
Yes.
Drama or die. Like instead of funny or die,
Drama or
Like
die?
it's just all like the most like kind of really heavy videos.
That
But wouldn't it be
almost
more like
sounds.
drama and die?
But would you
Because
then?
you could be pregnant. And that's dramatic.
But what if someone got really depressed and then off themselves? Would you guys be responsible for that?
Well, then they
Oh
would
yes, I
obviously
think that
be
would
the
go. That would go into the website's, terms of service.
Right.
That you could sue us for anything you want at any given moment.
And you
And
have-
I certainly,
Yeah.
I certainly put that in mind. I'm English, you know that.
That would be more of an honest terms of service, and instead of like the 6 pages of 2-point font that
Right.
you normally get.
Like,
It's like,
here's-
no.
Mine just says sue me.
Here's what's gonna happen.
So it's 2 words.
That's
and
it.
Most people sign it.
Let's just get it over with.
Most people don't have an
Sue
issue.
me.
Yeah, you might want
Nice.
to think about that.
There's
Think
something to be
outside
said
box.
for truth in advertising. No, it's not really advertising. I'm still waking up. I'm going to be waking up until about 3 o'clock today. It's just going to be one of those.
Was it a heavy night, Chef Andrew?
It was a late one. We just got a lot of different things going on. Yeah.
A lot of projects, or is it more personal that we should get into right now?
It's like
On
it's
the
about-
web?
personal
it's like it's about
stuff.
to cry, so I think we should
Yeah.
just-
You ever just find yourself in a corner crying?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
Mom, don't worry. I'm fine.
Oh, his mom's
That-
watching. Should we go back and edit some of the
That's-
things we've
I
said?
think we should start from scratch. Actually.
No.
Should we,
No,
should we
not
rewind
at all.
that?
I'd like to know what that tattoo is. That glorious tattoo on your wrist.
Oh, yeah, we can explain that.
It's actually
Let me
a bird
just
from the
check
oven.
this crust a little bit here. Good, excellent. If you're catching this on the food cam, everything's starting to melt. Your crust is browning
Does
up.
look
It's
good.
nice and
It smells great.
Yeah.
I will
nice
say
and
that.
deep dish there. No, this is
Oh, some Hebrew on there.
Hebrew for the word love. There's an organization out there called To Write Love on Her Arms. And they counsel and support people who are cutters through depression and stuff like that. So part of their campaign is if you've known anyone who's a cutter, or to kind of campaign against that. Instead of cuts, write the word love on your arm to show people that you
That's
support
interesting.
them.
And that ties
all
into
that.
a headline I saw this morning. Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's kid, has come out against Justin Bieber for not taking a stand against people cutting themselves, or his fans cutting themselves, and she's very upset about that.
Yeah.
And I think rightly so. If you're a role model, she's basically saying he's not a role model.
I was waiting for the punchline on
No,
that. You were being
there's-
sincere. I was trying to
Actually-
put together like, where's the joke in that?
There is no joke in that. It's actually true.
Well, I don't think he's the best role model there is.
No, but a lot of
Period.
kids.
Yeah.
Swap
Yeah,
a couple
he should
things
make
here.
a stand on
Some
something.
kids, I bet you right now out there are some little kids watching him on television and grabbing for their shoes. They can't even tie their shoelaces. They're pulling on because they want to go out and help Justin Bieber.
Right. No, that's
So,
you're probably
I
right. You're
think
probably
about
right.
it.
Yeah.
But Paris
And
Jackson
what
just
those
tried
kids
to,
grow up into,
But Paris Jackson just tried to slither on.
Well, yes, that's horrible.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
show's taking a different turn all
Well,
of a sudden.
I know, we're...
This is
I know I
interesting.
mentioned Paris's
What's going
name. I
on?
didn't think we had to mention the fact that there was a suicide attempt recently.
Right, right.
Because I'm about to eat.
current affairs and
There's
gluten-free
nothing funny
food.
about that.
There isn't.
Because-
But I don't know why she would go
That's
to
fine.
Bieber. Interesting.
Good conversation goes with good food, right?
Hey, at least you know this is a current show. Like this isn't something that was pre-recorded.
That's true. And by the way, when are they going to release those hostages in Iran? I think Jimmy Carter's going to get them out soon.
Hey, and how about that Jesse Owens, huh, everybody? Come on, you showed the Fruer. That was the German I got.
All right,
The
so
Fruer.
we're gonna cut this up here for you guys. Yeah. So depending on how you like I like a softer crust. Some people like really thin, really crispy. So you can do
soft is good.
whatever. You know,
The
so
older I get, the softer I like it. Weird how that's
which
turned
is the
out.
now we're going into a Viagra commercial. So we're gonna give you a couple of.
Wow. So that was actually really quick. This is ready.
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing how quick it took.
As long as you like soft crust, it's ready.
Well,
But
Right.
even so, you only wait like
Well,
5 more
for
minutes.
a crispier crust, I would have done it a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
And then pre-baked it a little bit longer. A
That
couple
was
weeks
really
ago, we did it
fast.
crispy. Last night, I did one a little more soft and just really liked it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was fast because all you did was just put the stuff in the thing.
So for you,
With
Put the
water.
stuff in the thing.
Lover's pizza.
Is that going on the website?
That's
Put
on the
stuff
recipe.
in
The
the
stuff in the
thing.
thing with the water, and you
And water,
just
put it in
spread
the oven, and
you
we're
put it in the
done.
oven, and you throw a bunch of stuff on top.
that is how I write the recipes.
The stuff in the thing.
That's how I cook.
I don't even use amounts. It's just kind of like
Oh,
if
good,
you like
good.
this much, use this much.
So we're tucking into it now?
Sure,
We can-
absolutely.
I
Go
don't know if you
ahead.
want me to wait, or-
Taste it. Jump into it. As if you're gonna wait. You're halfway
Yeah.
through cutting it. You want me to wait, or is this
Oh, go
No,
for
I mean
it.
I could still wait and
as you chew? Are you sure you want me to?
yeah, and make sure there's no close-ups involved of me chewing. That's certainly going to set anybody's appetite alight.
I'm just gonna check on our corn dogs here.
Oh, that's very good.
And you'll
It's
see
very
too.
tasty.
One thing I like to do with pizza sauce, I like a sweeter pizza sauce. So when I made that, it
oh,
was
that's really good.
it was the tomatoes. Then we put our fresh herb blend
Now,
in
let me
there.
say this because you probably want me to say this because I'm being serious. I would not know this is gluten-free.
Excellent.
This
That's
is
what
fantastic.
we're aiming for. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we do our tomatoes, our fresh herb blend with the basil, the rosemary, the thyme, and then I put like a shot of balsamic vinegar in with the pizza sauce,
That wasn't in the Simon and
And,
Garfunkel song.
and then a little
I don't
touch
like
of
him. He's changing
sugar.
things.
and,
That is good. That crust is fantastic.
Thank you.
I like it a little soft too, because the way you cooked it, it's kind of like a little crispy, but then like a little bit of chew on the inside.
Yes.
I kind of dig that.
Yeah, so it gets a little more deep dishy kind of feel to it. Yeah, our friends over at Namaste make decent products. They do all kinds of cake mixes. Their spice cake mix, which is like a carrot cake flavor, I love a lot.
Wow, that sounds good.
Vanilla, chocolate. They have a cookie mix. They've got a biscuit and pie mix. They've got all kinds of great things. And again, they're in a 100% dedicated facility. There's 0 allergens in there, other than maybe the cats.
I can taste a tiny bit of cat hair. But it's lost in the peppercini.
Well, you've discovered our secret ingredient now,
It
and
really is good. Honestly,
thank you.
this is fantastic.
I hear a corn dog sizzling away.
That's not the corn dogs. Yes.
That's
Whoa.
Whoa!
What,
Oh,
what are they at ball games in the UK? Says the very American to the guy with the accent who's lived in America for years now.
Ball games, as in our famous basketball or
Yeah.
baseball games.
Like at a cricket match, if you're there for 7 days, trying to figure out the rules.
I think you start with tea.
Uh-huh.
And then they have these vendors, some tiny little gorgeously cut cucumber sandwiches. And then, of course, there's the fish and chip stand.
Oh, fish and chips.
And
That's what we need to do is fish
and
and
then
chips.
there's beer. Yes, I'll come back to that one.
Tweet that in if you want to see fish and chips on
No, I
Eat, Taste, Live Live. We'll do fish and chips.
No idea.
I have no idea. Actually, you know what I'd love you to try, because no one in America does this, honestly, is proper English deep fried chips. It's
Okay,
not remotely healthy for you.
right. But, means
but
it's
nobody here
delicious.
does them, and I bet there was a brief while. I think it was the late '90s. I don't know if they're still there because that's when I opened. There were 2 places open in Manhattan, in East Village and West Village, that served proper, genuine English fish and chips
With brown sauce?
with everything. I mean, they even
Yeah.
did deep fried Mars bars. Which
I like malt
Excuse me.
vinegar. Malt
Vinegar
vinegar
is-
with my
Yeah,
chips. Yeah.
but
Yeah,
the chips
yeah.
themselves. I went back to England in 2010, and I used to have this recurring nightmare, like a recurring stress dream, that I was back in England, and it was my last day, and I hadn't had English fish and chips, and I was scrambling around looking for them.
I love that's a nightmare.
That was a nightmare. It genuinely was. So here I am in England, 2010. I get there. First thing I wanted was fish and bloody chips, the way I remembered it.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find it to save my life. There was about 3 days where I honestly thought my dreams were coming true, not the good ones.
Right.
Wow.
And so, because it's been Americanized, they don't find
Right.
it as deeply and stuff anymore. And
Even over there?
yeah, I
Right.
finally found a place, and
Like a little mom and pop place.
yeah,
Probably.
in Soho,
Uh-huh.
and it was like it was embarrassing because I'm standing outside the shop with it, just like, like I was having sex. It was unbelievable, but the thing is, they don't have those over here.
Huh.
They really don't. You know, you go to all the famous English places in LA.
It's all just
It's
Americanized.
Americanized fish and chips.
There is
I'll
a
make it
difference
happen.
too. There is a
That was a
difference.
huge
I'll make it
difference.
happen. It's funny the things that you miss when you're away from home for a little while, and then you
Yeah.
go back and like you have this checklist of, like if I go back to Detroit, this sounds so bad. If I go back to Detroit, I need a Coney Island.
Right.
I need a Coney dog. You know.
I'm going back to Albuquerque next week, and I'm going to eat New Mexican food, which is different than Mexican and not Tex-Mex. It's like very specific New Mexican.
It's very radioactive, isn't it?
It's very radioactive. It's radioactive and full of meth. And I'm gonna be in that
Could you bring me back one?
I can for 4 days straight, and it tears up your insides because it's all like really hot.
Yeah,
and good
yeah.
hatch green chili.
Yeah.
And you have to eat at the places you went to.
Yeah.
You need that kind of flavor.
You missed our. We did tamales, but I did like curried tomatoes on the inside with the tamale.
I would have been very judgmental.
And I
I'm
know.
very specific about
Well,
it.
You were generally very judgmental.
Alana,
Right.
our guest, was part Mexican.
Oh yeah.
So
Which part? I'm trying to make dinner
we
conversation.
we had to determine that.
Tell me
later.
more about Jimmy Carter and the
So I'm gonna
hostages.
take your.
Well,
I'm going to take this slaw for you at home and watching on the food cam here. We've got our little salad here with the broccoli, the red pepper, and the sun-dried tomato, sun-dried roasted tomato vinaigrette. So we're just going to kind of put
they
that
were
on the
taken
plate
from the
there.
embassy, and apparently
Set this.
Ben Affleck. Is
Ben
there.
Affleck is
There.
trying to get them out right now.
Oh, interesting. Good for Ben. I think this is the only show where both guests are going to eat all the food that you put in front of them.
Oh, you're not supposed to?
No, I mean, hey, go for
Well,
it.
you usually do. I mean, but like the little demure women
Um,
don't do that.
With corn dogs, you can use your favorite, you know, if you like ketchup, you like spicy ketchup, you like a relish, you like a mustard. I'm going with a honey Dijon here.
Uh-huh.
It's going to complement the
fantastic
sweetness of the...
I really. So you say we can't really eat everything?
I was gonna.
pretty-
That's the one I licked.
That's the
Little
tastier
different?
one.
There's the
Gluten-free-
extra flavor
gluten-free
right there.
saliva.
You added some gluten with that lick.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Wow,
Drop my
they look happy.
sizzling away.
How fun are those to pull out at a party?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So how often have you
Are
burned
we
yourself?
talking about the... Oh, every time.
Yes.
Oh,
You're not cooking unless you're burnt or bleeding by the end of it. You know what? It's funny
Well, you can
because...
have the rest of mine if
I
you
have,
want.
the same approach, I have the same approach to making love. Sweet, sweet love.
Here you go.
Oh, gosh, that's going to be too much now. But I'll get
'Cause I've
maybe
got
a
the-
take-home bag.
I've got the corn dogs coming at you.
I'm gonna
now.
go back to the fish and chips conversation because they fry so much over there. Like a good mom and pop place knows how to fry. And you walk in, there's a deli case. If no one's been like to the UK, and this is actually in Edinburgh. And you go into a deli case, and it's just all brown food in shapes of like this is a hamburger, but it's deep fried. Like you can kind of tell what it is. And here's a triangle. It's a pizza, but it's deep fried. Like in some of the right, like really small spots, it's all deep fried. So I bought a sausage and some chips, and I ate the chips. And I go to eat the sausage, and it was so greasy and good and deep fried.
Yeah.
I go to take a bite of it, it slips out of my fingers and literally started to slip down my throat, and like one fell swoop. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." Oh, half a sausage thing out of my mouth.
That would have been a great way to go.
you get a lot of
It was an
advantage?
embarrassing way for you to go and see
I was just
go.
laying in
That
the park
way.
with like half a sausage out of my mouth. It was the
You
most
choked on a
embarrassing-
hot dog. What can I tell you? Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm going
I'd
to
love a
bring
picture of
these
that.
over here.
We should recreate that actually.
We should.
That would be great.
Yeah, a couple of cameras.
Should we
here.
do that in the kitchen? So I know I already have you eating a piece of laced red velvet cake, so we can go for that too. So here we go, corn dogs. The thing that you'll notice too is when you bake them, you know, it moves a little bit. Like when you deep fry it, you put this right in, the batter it instantly clings and
Right.
whatnot. Baking, might slide off part of it, might not. Doesn't matter, it still tastes delicious.
But you know it's real at least.
Right. We know we're...
You can be like, look at that. That was made from baking.
So then we're just
There
gonna
we go.
do that.
But we know the oven's not on. Oh, right. Yeah, I mean,
We're gonna do
We're live.
that.
We're live.
the oven's on.
In
It's really
fact,
hot.
What I can
That's
do
why I'm
is
sweating.
that. So I'm just gonna put
It does
these
get hot in here, doesn't it?
right
Well,
here.
there's more than your average kitchen lights in here, so they can see us eat better.
And right there.
Focus on the chewing.
Which I think, you know, on
And for
my
you at home,
Match.com profile, it's
Here
a big
is
picture
our
of me eating.
completed baked corn dog.
This is gonna be your new shot.
Yeah. It's,
All right.
it's a wonder no
Sucking
one's
down a corn
responded
dog.
to my...
All right, we're gonna swap out here.
No
Thank you
matches
very
so
much.
far.
Oh, look
Interesting.
at that.
Look at this.
Down here.
Wow.
So it's
somewhat.
like corn dog, which most people would say is unhealthy, and yet here's a healthy way to present this.
baked instead of deep fried.
Yes. And you can still feel manly eating it and watch a ball game and be like, look, I'm still eating a corn dog.
Oh, yes, I'm shoveling the vegetable with the salad on and feeling as macho as I get.
But you mix it with a little corn dog, and there you go.
Why?
That's right. It makes it a little more.
This is for like playoff games, not like regular season.
This is the
I
Super
couldn't
Bowl
feel more macho
or
if you tried.
the Stanley Cup, because you know that's going on now. Go Bruins! Not that I'm going to plug any particular teams.
This is great too. And again, wouldn't know gluten-free.
Good salad too.
That's the manliest part
It's
of
a-
the plate.
I said as I lose chest hair. Great salad.
I am like 3 actually just kind of fell
I
out.
feel my pants tightening with each bite that I eat. And not in the area you're talking about.
Well, good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that.
Very much so.
Yeah, careful because they're hot. Yeah,
No, but
you know you just got little on there and you should be okay.
That's just him
I like
grunting
this-
in a caveman-like way to show how manly.
I'm trying to overtake the
enjoying
salad out of my system. Now is my system biting back against the salad.
It's a little overcompensation.
This is better. This is better. Hodor. This is better than most corn dogs I've ever had.
Good.
Like any corn
Thank
dog, like
And
normal
I
corn
can
dogs.
say this is the best corn dog I've ever had.
You can. I
Yeah.
can say it too
Hand on my
with some
heart.
history.
Is that the first time you've had corn dogs?
Yeah.
You're gonna be ruined now because now everyone you have after this
It's not
will
going to
suck.
taste anywhere near as good.
Will not be as good.
I'm just getting a couple things ready for the next course.
This is
over
serious.
here.
I mean, it's not like it's gluten free. It's not super healthy because you just look at the hot dog, which has its own.
Right, it has the
Ingredients.
nitrates and things in it, but
But
you
you
know
can do it
that's
with the
why- Well, you can get the organic stuff. You
And
can get the
morphine.
turkey ones. You know, they're a little lower in fat.
Tofu.
Please don't. You know, here's the funny thing about tofu and all that. Like people think that it's a lot healthier, but the other things that are put in there
Make the health
to
go
make it
away.
hold, you know, shape and stuff like that. There's a lot of chemicals that go into the non-meat stuff that people should be aware of.
That's a
and
lot of
very
vegan
careful
food
about.
and stuff. Is that to make up for the other stuff, they have so much sodium and everything else in them that you still have.
Yeah.
It's like trading one unhealthy thing for another.
Exactly. Exactly. You're really, go get your grass-fed beef, your free-range chickens, and just it comes from the computer term of garbage in, garbage out. Whatever we put into our bodies is what we're going to end up with, and I've apparently put a lot of stuff into my
You
body,
and me both, mate.
and I've regretted 0 minutes of that. So I'm gonna finish you guys
gotta
off.
enjoy it. You gotta love life.
Right.
Enjoy it. Come on, people.
I'm gonna finish you guys off with these steak sandwiches.
Well, as in you're going to kill us?
That's the finale. Oh,
That's-
final episode. By
Eat,
the way,
taste, die.
because we're pro
Eat, taste Game of Thrones. You
Ooh.
didn't think we were going to die, but we are.
a new version of the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
See, so I'm gonna get our skillet going here, and what I've got here is some skirt steak that I took yesterday, and this has been in the refrigerator for 12 hours now.
Uh-huh.
Olive oil, chopped garlic, some Cajun seasoning,
All right.
and then plastic wrap it tightly, and then let it sit, and then that stuff's going to marinate the meat. If you're marinating meats, don't put salt on it or any,
I always say
because
that.
it'll pull the
Taste
moisture
right
out of
to
the meat. Salt at the end.
That's his bumper sticker on his car, actually. He actually has that on his.
Pull the salt out of the meat.
No, that whole
Something
thing.
like that.
The whole thing.
Excellent. So yeah, that'll give you this nice flavor in here, and we've got our pan heating up. Hate to do this. I'm going to hit the oven back on real quick here.
Yeah, because
So
we
we
get some
can-
more heat in
Yeah,
here.
but
That'd be great.
it was so cool in here.
Do you have a
already.
ski bib I could wear? That'd be great.
So, hot pan, meat.
Sizzle.
This is going to go
I mean,
Depending on
working.
depending on what temperature you like,
I
I like
eat everything.
I like rare to medium rare. Medium rare is almost overcooked for me. I could have cut that and eat it right off the plate, and I'd be happy.
Doesn't seem healthy though.
Why?
Aren't there things in the meat that you should cook out?
Not if it's good meat. I mean, where are you getting your meat from? The rarer
The alley behind my house.
The
It sounds
rarer it
those are
is.
fighting words, dude. I think it's calling you out.
Let me finish my salad first.
Yeah.
There's a lot of vitamins and minerals in red meat, and the more you cook it, the less good it is for you. You know, people, oh, red meat's going to stay in your belly for blah. Well, if you cook it to leather, yes, it will. The rarer it is, the easier it's going to be for your body to break it down. Because remember, our bodies
But cows,
were
there's so many cows.
right.
So that's not really rare. I may have a basic misunderstanding.
There we go.
I think
Yeah.
we should go back to the start of that conversation.
Yeah.
So we got our,
Because the whole way through, I'm thinking a rare cow. Really?
especially if you drive
It's
up to
albino
5, they're everywhere.
Oh, rare
The albino cow,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
You see that? Staying with you.
They make the purest milk.
I wonder if they have less flavor. So we've got these are by Char, actually these gluten-free rolls. I mean, they've got a nice texture to them.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on these.
You know, I completely forgot to ask if he washed his hands at the beginning of all this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you?
Oh yeah. Always.
Kind of late now.
Even when I
It's a
washed,
little too
even
late,
after
huh?
the pizza. What I make
Talking of
the
water,
pizza.
I'd love some more water when you get the chance, please, Chef.
Oh, you
Absolutely.
downed your water
Yes, more.
pretty fast.
It tastes great. I love this water more than anything
So I'm just gonna
I've ever had.
I'm just
Put
so
those-
hungry right now.
And I love the food, and I love you. and
Under
I
the
love
broiler.
you. I love you. That's good.
What a
Toast
gentleman. You
those
put your
there.
napkin in your lap. I should have done that.
Well, that's to stop seepage. I thought that's why we all did it.
Enjoy your meal, everybody. This honey mustard, did you make it by yourself?
It's literally mustard and
And honey?
Yeah.
Good name. Good name for it.
You could throw a little Cajun seasoning in there if you want to spice it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can flavor anything with mustard. It's great.
And good for you, too.
Thank you.
You know,
I like that
we
sound
we
effect of
try
water coming
to.
out of water when he's pouring it from a vodka bottle. Thank you, sir.
The vodka bottle is it's over here.
I'm going to clean this plate, too. I hope you're not making more food.
Just the sandwiches.
I had to stop because he is making more food and
I
I'd
know.
like to eat it.
Not me. I'm going to...
Running out of room. All right, we don't need that guy anymore. Don't need that guy anymore.
It's
So we got
fantastic.
these toasting
Good,
over
right?
here.
Yeah, no, it really
It's
is.
edible. Like, it's really like, oh, my gosh.
More than edible.
Yeah.
I want to rub this all over myself. It tastes great. And I would
At
like
12:05, that's what we do.
I would like my partner to taste it as well.
That's for our late night episode. The rubbing,
All after hours.
right?
After dark, it should be like gluten-free edible jellies. Body creams, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
But
of course.
gluten-free, so
Yes.
you're health conscious and you're into a kinky lifestyle,
I'm
right?
I'm very boring myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
But maybe you could spice that up.
I'm very happy with a very vanilla existence.
You're like, as
I
long
even
as-
used a sheet with a hole cut out. I don't know why
I
you're
used
laughing.
to. I got in trouble for
I
that
don't know
one.
why you're laughing. At
I was
that.
just filtering a number of jokes, so I had to try to filter
Right.
out the ones I was going to say.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that
And-
happens to. Where you're just like, 8 things come to mind. You're like, nope,
I
that's
work
that
on a
one.
very basic level. It's all.
I finished my second course.
I think
Proud
my
of
second
myself.
course.
I finished it.
I know. I'm
Finish.
waiting for
I
that. I'm
finished
waiting.
it.
I couldn't hear you over the sizzling meat. It's getting rather loud in here.
If I had a nickel for every time someone said that to me.
It's getting rather loud in
I
here.
couldn't hear you over the sizzling
Over the
meat.
sizzling meat.
Oh, right. You know, they make creams for that, Joel.
They make what?
They make creams for that.
Are they gluten free?
We're in the part of the show where everyone has to repeat what they're saying. Together. What? Sorry? What?
All right, 3 minutes
so
aside.
in tune at the start, and now
Your
we're
hand
just-
is on fire.
the
What?
wheels.
Oh my.
The wheels are falling off. Look at
So I'm
that.
just gonna take that.
And that's it. That's done also?
Yeah. I get literally 3 minutes aside.
We're making 3 meals in less than an hour. 3 full meals.
That's right.
No
This is
normal
unbelievable.
people would eat
Well,
one of
that
these.
could be an appetizer.
No, that's
Oh, these are full meals.
yeah for normal people.
Especially if I'm going to reach over and eat his too.
Yeah, you got a couple of cavemen here who just kind of plowed through it. But,
Wow.
So we're gonna let this just sit here for a second.
Okay.
oh,
You want to let after you sear your meat and cook it, you want to let it rest for about 5 minutes. We're not going to quite go 5 minutes
because it still
you know,
kind of
we
cooks a little bit.
Got an
So
hour.
I think word to remember: when you feel your meat tingling,
Yeah.
just sit for a while.
Just let it
Wait for the tingle to disappear.
like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then well, you'll tell us what's
And-
next.
Right, then you can, Well, what happens is when you're cooking it, everything kind of, so you want to let it rest, you want to let the juices come back.
So everything
to the,
shrinks, and so you want it to be less flaccid and just kind of regain its prior
Yes.
size.
Yes, you want the juices to come back to the surface.
Yeah.
This is like
the
WebMD. This is
It's how I live my
fascinating.
life. by the way.
It is. It's so what you do when you start tingling, you just relax a little bit.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Let it return to its normal size. And let it fill
And then
with
you may
juices.
continue, yeah, let
and
the
then I
juices
continue.
kind of-
Then I continue.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me get these
Yeah.
plates out of your way.
Oh, should I keep this?
Uh,
Oh, we're having sandwiches, huh?
Yeah, keep it just in case.
Okay.
So,
You
some
never
steak
know.
might decide to jump off the bun.
I'm still gonna eat it with my fingers. It's steak. We got to man this up a little bit. We've been gluten free and eating salads for the stadium food. This steak is gonna be eaten with my hands.
Do you know, by the way, I have no problem eating with a knife and fork, and that's because I'm very okay and safe with my sexuality. I'm very confident with it. I think someone here is trying to prove something to himself.
I'm
See,
constantly,
is he over-
constantly trying to prove it to myself.
All right, so we've
Mostly
got
because I
this.
see you sweating and you're
skirt
hairy and I'm
steak
very
here.
attracted
And
to
we're
you
gonna
right
cut
now
this-
because
The sweating is the light.
do I need to sit down and rest my rest for 3 or 4 minutes?
The
and let
sweating is I'm nervous because I'm sitting next to you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, normally these lights wouldn't affect me now.
I think we've made a love connection today on Eat, Taste, Love.
Ting!
Before this goes on the
I come with my own sound effects.
on the bun, we're gonna
Before the meat goes in the bun, are you
before the
listening
meat
to
goes
this?
on the bun.
I'm writing it down.
Before the meat goes in the bun.
Yes?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, we're just
it's
eating
like
it?
little tasters.
You can taste
Off a
the,
fork,
the
all right.
seasoning here that we put on there. I'm gonna finish slicing this up.
Mmm. Mmm.
Oh, yeah.
This is lovely.
Very juicy, too.
That's the other thing, because we didn't we didn't cook it to death because it's
I
already.
should
We
sit
don't
here
need
for
to
5 minutes before
Yeah,
I...
just exactly.
kill it again.
Wait for the juices to kind of reemerge.
Salt and pepper there.
That's good because it's easy to overcook skirt steak. It's really easy to cook, cook
Yeah.
crap out of it.
Because
Yeah,
it's so
no,
thin.
It's so thin.
then you get a piece of meat that's shaped, it
You know, I cannot believe
curls up.
where his mind keeps going.
Yeah.
Just-
We're just trying to be like, we're
Yeah.
just trying to run a straight
Now he's talking about meat that curves,
We're
kind of
sorry.
like a banana,
I'm sorry.
I suppose. That's,
Hoping my mom turned this
Really?
off a while ago. So we got our buns. Excellent.
okay. So
I know it's
the manliest part of the meal.
It's not going to get better.
it's
you know that,
unavoidable.
right?
Yeah, we're just dive. So we're gonna take some of our skirt steak here.
I call it skirt steak this time. He was going to say meat, and he self-corrected.
It's, I
avoid
felt
the
that too.
innuendo.
But
To
basically,
avoid
all
the
he's saying
innuendo.
is it's meat in a skirt. So we've gone to a whole different
That's
place
true.
now.
That's actually a good
We're
point.
gonna rename this the wee hut. No, I'm not. All right, so we're just gonna pile this on there. That. Next, we've got this can these are chopped cherry peppers.
Oh, love it.
Now these for you at home, chopped cherry peppers. You can find them whole or chopped. If you get them whole and you're gonna chop them, pull all the seeds out because there's a lot of
That's
them
the hot
in here. These are actually pretty mild.
Oh, really?
Surprisingly, yeah. Yeah, we're not setting anything on fire.
You're very vanilla.
I'm very, very. Don't you question it?
So we're going to take these right on top there. Food cam, if you can see what I'm getting into here.
So you got to
Whole
heat
lot
up the
Whole lot of trouble.
skirt meat with a little hot pepper.
Again, they're really they're not bad. They don't have a lot of heat to them. Now you were here
With
for
the light
the turkey quesadillas, right? With Kristen,
Just say yes.
Maybe, yeah. Uh-huh.
and we did that gorgonzola dip.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we
Oh,
got
yeah.
some more of that.
Now that is acting, my friend.
You like that?
That was good. I believed he was actually there eating it.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
place
this is
was
our
it?
gorgonzola dip from
boomerang
the
effect.
Boomerang effect, yes. Nice.
Oh, what episode was that? 3. Episode 3.
Episode 3.
So we got that, and that's going to go right
Look at that.
on
Look at
there.
that.
Ooh, I like the way it falls down over the meat. With all that cream.
So
It kind of comes back on.
if you want to see what he's talking
This would be a
about
good
at
episode
home,
for 10-year-olds,
we got,
by the way.
here's our...
Okay,
here's
everybody
our bun,
watch.
And then
You'll
we
see,
got
you'll
this,
see it
and-
ooze down the meat.
Oh,
Look at
there
that.
we
Picture
go.
perfect.
There we go.
There you go.
Look at that.
I
And then
should
serve
host a
these
cooking show,
with
shouldn't
either
I?
a pickle spear,
what
some
kind of
chips.
What are these chips here? What?
These are
Are
just
they-
salt and pepper chips.
Gluten free?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are chips gluten free, or is that a dumb question?
Again, Pringles are not.
Oh,
I found that out. Yeah. They just their process. They do use wheat in there. So again, with everything, if you're eating gluten free, be sure you check all your labels because there's so much hidden
So there you go. It
hidden
wasn't,
stuff.
The question had an answer.
Yeah.
But it
So-
still was a dumb question.
Here is our
Cream
grandstand steak sandwich that
Oh yeah, all that.
we're doing.
I like your name better.
And
Thank you, sir.
there you
Thank
guys
you.
go.
Good, because I am starving.
I haven't eaten in 3 minutes.
I am famished.
My goodness.
Good. Hopefully
A
this
girl
fills
has
you
to
up a
keep
little
her
bit.
figure, you know. And
Right.
It's the only way of doing
I was
it.
going to write
I'm
for the
glad that-
chips, which would have been dumb because he cooked this, and I was going to be like, oh, let me taste the chips. All right,
Well,
let
that
me-
would have been a
Let me jump into this.
that
A
would have
lot
been a
of
scapegoat.
it's a lot of meat in my mouth.
That's what she.
Mmm. Phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. And again, that's quick. If you know
Truly,
you've,
honestly.
you've got your rolls and you've got your skirt steak, you seared that for 6 minutes. You've got your cherry peppers and the blue cheese. You can use blue
Oh.
cheese dressing if you wanted to. You don't have to make it yourself, but we like to, because we're a cooking show, we like to show people how to do that.
They're so good. The flavors are ridiculous on this.
Yeah.
It looks like it's
Which
just
is
a big
amazing.
roast beef sandwich, and the flavors are amazing.
Thank you.
That was my one
And you
serious
can
moment.
you can use like a shaved roast beef from the deli if you want, but there's just something about the control that you have with the flavoring and everything to do the skirt steak yourself. And like you said, like we saw, it only took 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you're like, hey, I don't have time or anything like that, I mean, this whole plate goes together in 15 minutes. So if you're moving a lot,
This is
then
great.
then you're
Absolutely
good.
gorgeous.
I
I'm
love
going to
what
say
you've done.
goodbye to our people at home.
I love what you're doing with the chips, by the way. These
You
are
like that?
phenomenal.
It was a tough process of that. I'm going to say goodbye to the people at home, and I'll be right back while you finish up. Wow, it's the caffeine, I think. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us here for episode 10 on Eat, Taste, Live Live. I'm Chef Andrew Doyle. Next week, we've got some Italian classics coming up. We've got a chicken piccata. We've got a few other things that people may be missing out there. So join us. We'll see you next week, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Have a great rest of the day. I am Chef Andrew Doyle. We'll see you next week.